Big story here is that New Zealand is on the verge of doing something pretty historic.
Yeah.
They are on track to potentially secure their first ever Test series win in India.
It's huge, yeah.
And not only that, but they're also on the path to break India's 12-year undefeated streak on home soil.
Right.
So this is a huge deal for New Zealand cricket.
It is. It's a real David versus Goliath situation.
Totally, totally. And a big part of this potential upset is because of one man in particular.
Mitchell Santner.
Yeah, Mitchell Santner. Before this match, Santner had never taken a 5-wicket haul in a Test match.
Yeah.
And just to clarify for maybe listeners who aren't familiar with all the cricket terminology, a 5-wicket haul means that a bowler has dismissed 5 batsmen in a single inning.
It's a big deal. It's a sign of dominance.
Yeah. So he had never done this before in a Test match.
Yeah.
But in this match, he took 7 wickets for 53 runs
Amazing.
against India.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Against a world-class batting lineup.
That's incredible. That is absolutely incredible. So how did he do it? What were some of the key moments that led to this success?
Well, one of the big factors was his ability to use the pitch conditions to his advantage. There were these rough patches that had developed on the pitch.
Okay.
And Santner was very clever in how he exploited them.
I see.
He would bowl a delivery that would hit one of those rough patches, and the ball would just leap up unpredictably.
So the Indian batsmen didn't know what to expect.
Exactly. They were completely thrown off. And you could see the impact it had on their confidence. Even Shubman Gill, who has been in incredible form lately, was caught out early by a delivery from Santner that kept low. It really set the tone for the rest of the innings.
So Santner really set the stage for New Zealand's success.
Yeah, absolutely. He put India on the back foot right from the start.
Okay.
Huh.
And what about Virat Kohli? Surely he must have put up some resistance.
You'd think so, right? I mean, he's one of the best batsmen in the world.
Yeah.
But even Kohli had an off day. He actually missed a full toss and was dismissed, which is pretty rare for him. It was one of those moments where you just had to wonder if it was New Zealand's day.
Yeah. Like it was just meant to be.
Exactly. It felt like destiny.
Wow. So even the big names were struggling against Santner. It sounds like India was really caught off guard by his bowling.
Completely. They just couldn't seem to figure him out.
Okay.
And it wasn't just Santner either.
Oh.
Glenn Phillips, a middle-order batsman for New Zealand, also chipped in with a couple of crucial wickets.
Interesting. So it was a real team effort.
Absolutely. They were working together beautifully, putting immense pressure on the Indian batting lineup. And in the end, it led to a collapse of the Indian middle order. They lost 6 wickets for just 53 runs.
Wow.
Which is a truly disastrous showing for a team known for its batting prowess.
Yeah, for sure.
It was a real turning point in the match.
So it sounds like New Zealand really had their number in this first innings.
They did. It was an impressive display of bowling.
All right, well, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll delve deeper into New Zealand's batting performance and discuss whether India has any chance of mounting a comeback.
Sounds good.
So before the break, we were talking about how New Zealand really dominated India in that first innings.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's interesting, though, because this isn't the first time that India has struggled against spin bowling on their home turf.
That's right. You know, back in 2016-17, they actually lost a test match in Pune to Australia.
Really?
And spin bowling played a big role in that defeat as well.
Huh. So maybe there's like a bit of a weakness there that other teams are starting to figure out.
It's possible, yeah. But even with those struggles, India is a tough team to beat, especially at home.
Right. They always seem to find a way to bounce back.
They do. They have a history of fighting till the very end.
Exactly. So, we can't count them out just yet.
Definitely not. But they are facing a massive uphill battle in this match.
Yeah, because it wasn't just about New Zealand taking wickets. They were also putting up a lot of runs themselves.
Right. Tom Latham, their captain, played a crucial role in that.
Oh, yeah, Latham. He scored 86 runs, if I remember correctly.
He did, and it was a really important innings.
Okay. In what way?
Well, he was like a rock for New Zealand, holding their innings together.
I see.
He's not a flashy batsman. He's not going to hit you a bunch of sixes.
Right.
But he's incredibly solid, technically sound.
Okay.
And he has this amazing ability to read the game and adapt his approach accordingly.
So he's kind of like the unsung hero?
Exactly. He just gets the job done.
Nice. And how did he fare against India's spinners?
He played with so much composure. It was impressive to watch.
Oh.
He was using sweeps, stepping out of his crease, disrupting their rhythm.
So he really knew how to handle them.
He did. It was a masterclass in how to bat against spin bowling on a tricky pitch.
Wow. So between Santner's incredible bowling and Latham's solid batting, it's no wonder New Zealand is in such a commanding position.
They've been the better team by far.
And just to emphasize how dominant they've been, by the end of day 2, New Zealand had built up a lead of 301 runs.
301. That's enormous.
It is. To put that in perspective, India has only managed to overturn a 100-run deficit twice in their entire Test history.
Wow. So that just shows you how difficult a task they're facing.
It's a mountain to climb.
Yeah, and you can really sense the shift in momentum. New Zealand is playing with so much confidence right now, while India seems a bit shell-shocked.
They haven't faced a challenge like this in a long time.
Okay, so we've got this incredible performance from Santner Latham's anchoring innings and a real team effort from New Zealand.
Right.
But the question remains, can India pull off a miracle comeback?
Oh, it's the question on everyone's mind. What do you think? What are the odds?
Honestly, the odds are stacked against them.
Really?
The pitch is deteriorating, which means it'll become increasingly difficult to bat on.
Okay.
And remember, India will have to bat last, chasing a massive total on a pitch that's becoming less and less batsman-friendly.
Yeah, that doesn't sound promising at all.
It's going to be a tough ask.
Okay, so what should we be watching for as this match unfolds? What are some key things to keep an eye on?
Well, for India, it's all about damage control.
Okay.
They need to bat with extreme patience and discipline. They can't afford to lose wickets cheaply.
Right.
They need to build partnerships.
Right.
And try to chip away at that massive lead.
So basically a very strategic and cautious approach.
Exactly. They need to play smart cricket.
And what about New Zealand? What's their key to victory?
For New Zealand, it's about maintaining the pressure. They need to bowl with precision and keep India on the back foot.
I see.
They can't let complacency creep in. This is their chance to make history. And they need to seize the moment.
It's a fascinating battle.
It is. It's like a chess match where every move counts.
Totally. Well, I'm definitely hooked. I can't wait to see how this all plays out.
Me too. It's going to be an exciting finish.
But before we get too caught up in the suspense, let's just take a moment to appreciate the incredible display of skill we've seen so far.
Yeah. It's been remarkable.
Santner's performance in particular has been absolutely phenomenal.
It has. He's been the standout player of the match.
Right. To come into this match with only one 5-wicket haul to his name and then just dismantle the Indian batting lineup, like that, it's mind-blowing.
He's been unplayable at times.
Yeah. And we can't forget Latham's contribution either. His innings was so crucial for New Zealand.
Absolutely. It was a textbook example of how to bat under pressure.
Yeah. A real masterclass. So this match has been a real showcase of individual brilliance as well as the importance of teamwork.
It has. It's been a great advertisement for Test cricket.
It really has. And it's got me thinking about the bigger picture. You know what this match means for the future of the game.
It really makes you think about where Test cricket is headed.
Yeah, like, what does this match tell us about the state of the game?
Well, for a long time, Test cricket has been dominated by a handful of elite teams. You know, Australia, England, India.
Yeah, the usual suspects.
Exactly. And the so-called minnows, like New Zealand, have often struggled to compete at that level.
Right. It always felt like the same teams were battling it out for the top spot.
But this match, if New Zealand manages to pull off the victory, could be a real turning point.
You think so?
I do. It suggests that the gap between the top teams and the rest is narrowing.
Okay, so you're saying that this could be a sign of things to come?
It's possible. This match shows that with the right combination of skill, strategy, and maybe a bit of luck, any team can challenge the established order.
So we could be entering a new era of Test cricket.
Oh,
One where the underdogs have a real shot at glory.
I think that's a very real possibility.
Wow, that's exciting.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's not just about the result of this particular match. It's about the message it sends to other teams around the world.
What do you mean?
It tells them that they don't have to accept the status quo. They can dream big, work hard, and believe in their ability to compete at the highest level.
So it's about inspiring a new generation of cricketers.
Exactly. It's about showing them that anything is possible if you dare to dream.
I like that.
Ain't it?
And from a fan's perspective, this potential shift in the balance of power could make Test cricket even more exciting to watch.
Absolutely. It could inject a much-needed dose of unpredictability into the game.
Because let's be honest, sometimes those predictable outcomes can make things a bit stale.
I agree. We crave those moments of surprise, those underdog stories that capture our imaginations.
Right. And this match has definitely delivered on that front.
It has. We've seen incredible individual performances, nail-biting tension, and a narrative that has kept us on the edge of our seats.
It's been a classic test match, full of drama and intrigue.
It has, and regardless of the outcome, it's clear that Test cricket is alive and well.
Absolutely, and its future is looking brighter than ever.
Couldn't agree more.
Well, this has been an amazing deep dive.
It has.
We've seen history in the making, and I, for one, can't wait to see how this story unfolds.
Me neither.
Thanks for joining us, everyone, and be sure to tune in next time for another exciting deep dive into the world of cricket. All right, cricket fans, welcome back. You ready for another deep dive?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay, great. So today, we are diving into the second test match between India and New Zealand.
Yes.
Oh.
And this one is, it's a pretty interesting story, actually.
It is.